Congress will be asked to establish a rating system to protect
We
children
now
from gruesome
require
games.
warning labels on toys that can potentially
Understand
damage
that
children's
these
bodies.
are not harmless toys, that they can
So
indeed
next week, the U.S.
cause
Senate
great
will conduct
emotional
hearings
and
on ways to
other damage
supervise
to
the
a
video
child.
industry.
Some of those articles have already been debunked by actual scientific research.
The only negative that could be with video games is like addiction, and that's with anything. So everything in moderation. All right, that's the way I like to see it, everything in moderation. But there are a lot more pluses when you have a healthy gaming habit than negatives. How many decisions we have to make per second. All right, so it's like they're constantly making decisions. So it just depends on how hard those games are and how many decisions that they're making. There's a lot of pluses as long as people have healthy gaming habits.
Some of the preliminary research shows that gamers might have higher cognitive abilities, better attention spans, and are good at multitasking.
A student asked me, "Hey, Mr. Rodriguez, you should start an esports program." And I was like, "That's a thing? In high school?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's a thing." And I went and did some research, and we figured out that was a thing. So I said, well, let's do this. So how we started is we did high school esports league, allowed us to have some of the students play from home. Georgia High School Association doesn't let you do that. With that in mind, we had a switch. We started with one switch. Eventually, I was able to get an upgrade for my computers to run most esports games, which don't really have that much demands on them in the first place. Don't forget, you need your internet services like Nintendo Online, PlayStation Network, or Xbox Live. You won't be able to run any competitions without any of those. But if you're lucky, Georgia High School Association and Nintendo have a deal going on, and you could probably get your first year for free. So ask the Play Versus people if that's still going on, if they're still giving away Nintendo Switches to new programs. You might get lucky, including Nintendo Online.
Do you or someone in your family play video games? Because sometimes video games get a bad rap. You know all the downside, but sometimes gaming can actually be healthy for your brain.
I love games myself. In middle school, video games was a big effect in my life, especially Street Fighter 2. I was actually bullied as a kid, a lot. That game came out and it was just so popular and everyone was playing it. I happened to be very, very good at it. And as a matter of fact, I was able to beat my bullies in the game. I never got bullied again.
I'd always liked games ever since I was a kid. Like every morning I would play and I would come downstairs, play some games. My sister would come and then beat me up, and then my dad would come, he would beat us both up. Since I was a kid, Street Fighter 4 was the game that I played since we had a PS3 at the house. So that's the game I would always be drilling. It was just something about it. I really like the aesthetic. It's still one of my favorite Street Fighter games. The fighting games like that just kind of make sense for me. The inputs and the characters and all that, I just like it. It feels great for me.
I started getting to games in general around when I was like just double digits, which is 10 years old. Some matches that helped me improve and grow was that I would play at home with my brother, and basically he would teach me because he has a lot more experience in fighting games. So he would teach me one-on-one personally and guide me step by step.
It was like one day where all of the other kids there, because I had just moved to the school, and all the other kids there, they were already like friends with each other, and they were like, "Oh, let's all go play chess." And I was like, I don't know how to play chess. And so they taught me how to play, and I was playing up against this like 5th grader, and I had like just learned, so obviously they were like beating me. And this teacher came and was like telling me what moves to make, and they were getting mad at them because they were like, "Hey, don't help them."
I've been playing Madden since 2017. When my dad got it for me for Christmas. I used to play against my dad all the time, and he used to always beat me, and I used to get so mad. And then I got so tired of losing to him, and so I just started practicing, and then now he can't beat me.
Video game competitions are exploding in popularity. Gaming tournaments now pack arenas, and millions of spectators follow the action online. Amazon recently paid nearly $1 billion for the video game broadcaster Twitch. Adriana Diaz shows us how one university is even offering athletic scholarships to gamers.
There are millions of dollars of scholarships out there for esports, some of them even unclaimed. We're trying to work to get some of that money in. I've had a couple of kids get scholarships already for Smash Brothers, Rocket League, They're out there. That's a great way to help, get into college. For enlistment, we do a lot of teamwork. That's important in the military. Also, in terms of equipment, the military is sometimes using gaming equipment to run certain things. Like, for example, some submarines, the periscopes are controlled by Xbox controllers. So they got some experience right there already. So for employment, there are some career building skills in tech involved when they're working on esports, including, broadcasting, learning how to do some broadcasts, podcasting, all that stuff is built-in skills that they're learning from doing esports competitions, or even if we have esports as a class. And then for entrepreneurship, it helps encourage creativity, businesses, streaming, so they can go ahead and start going into different digital businesses on their own. As a matter of fact, we have a kid, his name is Chazo. He graduated here from Stilwell, and he does play esports professionally. He is considered the best Ken main in Smash Ultimate.
My passion for video games really does inspire my path to go to flight school. It's so systematic, right? Everything is so organized and coordinated, and with a lot of video games, you can do the same thing. And I just love putting things together in sequence. It's one of my favorite things. And so flight school and video games, they both really allow me to get into that.
I can think strategically, because in video games, when you have to play competitively, you have to think strategically. Being a lawyer, you could also think strategically when it comes to cases and things, because you have to remember what you need to say, right things to say, and just in general be able to win that court case, which in this context, I need to win games.
Playing video games involves critical thinking skills, and being a pilot also involves critical thinking skills. And even though the video game that I play is solo, it still requires me to think about my opponent, right? So when I'm thinking about my opponent, I have to think about, his moves, and have to make my move counter his moves. And when I'm in the air, anything can happen. The air is also unpredictable. So I have to be on my toes all the time, just like that.
Since I do like playing video games, I also like to learn about the video games I'm playing. So when I learn about the lore and how the characters interact and things like that, it really gets my brain flowing and stuff. And I like subtle character choices, especially as a writer, they mean the absolute world to me. So even seeing the small dialogue that the characters have at the end of the fights, or the way that they fight, or the way that they say their moves and things like that, can tell a lot about the character. So when I hear that and I see how game writers are able to establish a character by simply just putting their moves in and putting small little lines of dialogue in, that's what inspires me.
Positive effects that these studies have shown thus far are improvement in short-term and long-term attention and ability to visual and spatial acuity, activity, things like that.
It's easy to look at it and just say just video games. And sometimes when we're doing, SEL activities or whatnot, it may look like it's just video games. But like I said before, there are unclaimed scholarships out there, especially for the following games: Rocket League, League of Legends, and Overwatch. I almost had a team that had the ability to walk away with a full scholarship from Full Sail. So it is worth it. It's worth it for that, but it's also worth it for some of the kids who have nothing else. I had a girl tell me after she graduated that esports saved her life. It doesn't get more important than saving lives. I encourage other schools to start the esports program. The easiest way to do that is find a gamer in your building. I know on paper it says that the sponsor doesn't have to be a gamer, but trust me, it'll be so much easier if you find a gamer in your building who is willing to coach your esports program. It'll go a lot smoother because they know what they need. And you can email me. Okay, I'm willing to help you get started. All right, if you have questions, just ask me. I would love for every school in Clayton County to have an esports program.